Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of our first series on the channel. This is going to be a Terraria vanilla playthrough with a few mods. As you can see, we're going to have some little quality of life enhancements. We're going to have boss cursor, we're going to have VeinMiner, boss health bar, and boss checklist. These are more just so that both you, the viewer, and me, the player, we can see more how we've progressed in the game for checklist and health bar and cursor, more just so we can see where bosses are when we're doing a boss fight, and VeinMiner just to kind of speed up the process of mining, because that can be pretty boring to watch. So we're going to use those four. That's going to be it. We're not using any other recipe browser stuff, not going to do any crazy elements awoken or calamity or thorium or anything like that. It's going to be a basically vanilla playthrough. We are going to select, this is my first computer playthrough. I've played on console and mobile, but only recently done a computer playthrough. But let's see, one new mod, that's fine. We're going to just jump into this. As you can see, it's vanilla sprinkles. It's an expert medium Crimson world. And yeah, I've loaded the world, haven't actually seen what it looks like yet, so we're going to see if the terrain generation will be nice to us. Might just spawn in a giant hole. Looks pretty nice, I would say. Guess we're gonna go over here and just start off normally. Chop down some trees, get some wood. Man, forgot how slow the copper equipment is. Speaking of copper equipment, can we get some love for the almighty copper short sword? I mean, really, this is the best weapon in the game, right here. No, I get that it's an early game weapon, but I mean the fact that it does so little damage and its mobility is so limited. I feel like in the old days of the game and in the old mobile releases, they would start you off with a wooden sword, which was basically, it was a broadsword made of wood. So I mean, it wasn't the best in the world, but it was definitely better than this. I think I'm actually just gonna use the pickaxe, honestly. Hey, recall potion. That'll be good before we get a magic mirror at some point. But yeah, just gonna, like I said, get some wood. I will warn you, because this is the, again, first playthrough. I'm excited, hope you're excited. But I am not the best builder in this game. And along with that, I'm not the best player at this game, okay? I've beaten it, I can make my way through, but just tried to dash there. But yeah, I can do decently well in the game. You know, I'm not terrible, but I'm probably going to struggle, especially at the super easy parts. The parts that seem like they would be super trivial, that's always where I struggle. Just, I don't know why, just the way it always works. But we're gonna make a nice little flat place here to build our standard boxy house design. Let's go ahead. Oh, I have auto pause on for whatever reason. Let's turn that off. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make a workbench. Just gonna throw that down there. And let's see. Going back to the wooden sword. Definitely gonna need one of those. There we go. Now we can actually do some damage without having to. I was about to say without having to worry about getting hit, but again, super simple stuff is always what gets me for whatever reason. Let's get a hammer. Get rid of all this wall. Make it look a bit nicer. So I think the main priority for this episode is to get maybe iron weapons, lead weapons, whatever this world ends up giving us. If we can get further than that, that'll be great. If we don't get that far, that's fine too. But I think it's good to set little goals for every episode so that we can see how we're making progress. Again, that's why I have the boss checklist enabled, so that we can more easily see the progress we've made in the playthrough. I will say, green slimes on expert, not the most challenging thing in the world, unless you put me in which case they make Plantera look easy. For those of you that have played the game before, or have seen someone play before, you will hopefully find that humorous. We're just going to throw down some standard wood flooring, make sure we're on this, and we're just going to go across. Let's get rid of that. Now, what I'm hoping for this playthrough, for the series, I want to beat every boss, if possible, including all the optional bosses, so, of course, I've always found it funny, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, all of the pre-hard mode bosses are pretty much optional, except for Wall of Flesh, and again, hard mode. For those of you that don't know, you will find out soon, hopefully. But, they're all optional except for Wall of Flesh, which actually puts you into hard mode. So, really, we technically don't have to fight any of them. Of course, it would be very helpful to do so. I'm not going to go for Reaver Shark. I would like to fight Brain of Cthulhu, if I could. Which, again, that will be the plan for this. I want to fight all the bosses. But yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I always like making them 7 or 8 wide. This one's going to be 7. Actually, I take that back. We're going to make it 8, so that'll be even. So that when we put in some platforms, it'll look better. So there's 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, can't count and speak at the same time, apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that. Okay, we have a standard 3 wide house at this point. Coming along, at least. We're going to go ahead and extend this floor out a little bit. So, yeah, I think we're making pretty good progress. It's only been under 10 minutes, so that's good. Man, I thought I would be making more progress than this, but, you know, new to this whole YouTube thing at this point. So, I'll see how long things really take. I might end up cutting a lot of this out, I don't know, just in case it ends up being really boring to watch. But, just gonna grab some crafting tables, workbenches, rather. We're gonna put them down. I always like to use the workbenches for tables in the housing, because then I can just walk into whatever house I'm closest to, craft things. And I'm gonna throw down some chairs. And one more. I don't know why my mouse did that, but it did. And we are out of wood. That's fine. We can get some more. Get this slime out of my way. So yeah. Probably gonna be quiet for a little bit, cut all this out, and I'll come back when I finish the house. Okay, everyone, quickly checking in. It is night, as you can see. The guide, sadly, got stuck in a hole over there, got killed by a zombie. Things are going pretty well. Got some demon eyes flying around, some zombies. But I think we're doing pretty well. I think it's about time. I got some more wood. I think it's about time I go ahead and make a little bit of armor, even if it's just standard wood. So there we go. Gonna go ahead and throw all of that on, and there we go. We now have full 3 defense. So yeah, for those of you that don't see this too often, this is the boss checklist. Just gonna go over some of the bosses, what they can drop, you're playing on a computer, I would definitely recommend checking out some of the mods. If you don't like playing modded, I understand completely. I used to only want to play vanilla, but decided to change it up just a little, see what it was like, and some of the mods that don't actually add... Got killed by Demon Eye. Again, Demon Eye in pre-hard mode. Of course, killed me, because, you know, it's me. But, yeah, anyway, some of the mods are definitely, even the ones that don't add too much content, like, playing-wise, like, I mean, Calamity and Thorium, of course, like, they're super big, they add a whole bunch of new mobs and bosses and stuff, but the ones like the boss health bar, or boss checklist, or VeinMiner, like, they just add nice little finishing touches. Died again. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot, just be warned. But all those little small additions definitely can make the game a bit more enjoyable in the more tedious parts. Which, I'm not saying the game isn't enjoyable, this game is great, but some of the more monotonous, like mining stuff, can kind of wear down sometimes, and VeinMiner helps with that. Sometimes can't really tell where a boss is at. Boss cursor helps with that. So it's definitely nice sometimes to play with mods. Let's see, Saturn or whatever that is. Not really sure. It's starting to set soon, I would think. Yeah, I'm not really sure. It's definitely no moon. Little Star Wars reference there for you. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Is it another planet? Is it the moon? Never know. This game lets your imagination run wild. So if you want it to be a moon, it's a moon. If you want it to be Death Star, sure. But anyway, we're gonna see if we can find a chest. Here's one. I'm not really sure what I want. Wasn't that though. Not too big of a fan of the umbrella. Not sure why, but it's not too exciting to me. Let's see. Is there another one over here? Yes, there is. Boomerang. I'll take it. The best part about service chests for me, I do not like crafting chests because I like to save my iron or lead. So, service chests, well, all chests really, I try to mine to use. But, yeah. The best thing about the service chest is they're super easy to find. They might give you something good, but you'll definitely find a crimson right in our backyard. That's great. Let's see, I think my best bet is just to recall. So let's see. We're gonna come over here. Going to make some platforms. It's daytime now, it's good. I can explore a bit more safely. We're just gonna put these platforms in right here. There we are. And we're going to put the workbench right here. Now that housing is once again valid. Hopefully the guide will move back in soon. We're just gonna dig out a small little area where we can start my base. I don't really put much in the NPC housing. I always just dig a little cave under it, where I put all my chests and stuff like that. Crafting stations, all that. Always make it 5 tall, because that's as high as I can jump. So right now it's at 4. I'm gonna dig another one down. And I'm still not sure yet. I don't know how much I want to be cutting in and out during these videos. if possible, I want to keep them to a minimum, just because it breaks up the pacing. But, see, I could just leave that, and it'll go back to normal, but my self-diagnosed OCD will not allow me to do that. So we're just going to dig down one more, give me the maximum amount of space that I can have, and then I think we're going to go exploring out to the right, because we found that crimson already. Don't really want to be exploring that with wood armor. Wait, I didn't even notice. This copper pickaxe has a godly modifier. Very interesting. Hey, we got our first guide to arrive. Super exciting. Now, should we explore down here? I say yes, because there probably won't be anything, and so we can eliminate that very quickly. Well, I can't really see, but just walking around, it looks like there isn't anything going on. So, we're just going to do some parkour. Always exciting. Just gonna throw a block there. And we're going to explore surface. There's some copper there. I'll get that eventually. Tombstone. That's always exciting. Gonna be sure to grab the mushrooms so I can make healing potions. So those are definitely important, especially an expert. Grab the mushroom. Explore down here. See if there's anything. Nope. Okay. Now, what I'm hoping for is to find a good natural cave entrance. Because if we can find one of those, then I don't have to just mine all the way down. Oh, desert. Nice. It's usually not the reaction people give to finding the deserts. There we go. Because a lot of people that I know, at least, aren't too big of a fan of it. And I can understand that. Sandstorms, not fun at all. But the good thing about the desert, okay, is you have basically an infinite amount of sand. And sand can be turned into glass. And glass can be turned into mugs. Mugs can then be filled with ale. And you can turn the ale into a very, very helpful pre-hard mode weapon. I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about already. And in coming episodes, those of you that don't know what I'm talking about will figure it out. I'm sure, even if you don't know what I'm talking about, a weapon that uses alcohol, there's very few of those. Probably going to be able to guess. But, yeah, sand is very helpful. On top of that, you can tell I'm kind of scared of that vulture. On top of that, cactus just grows like crazy here, which is really good because I can upgrade my sword. As you can see, it's small. It does barely any damage, barely any knockback. And I'm actually going to run for that reason. Here, we can use this cactus and get an armor and weapon upgrade, so long as this vulture doesn't kill me. See, this would work if that slime weren't there. And I'm dead. But that's fine, because, what I'm going to do, this is basically just a free teleport to the house, right? Because now I can just go in, and I don't know actually how much cactus do I have. I've got 75. Might not be enough, but it's fine. I can definitely do a little bit of an upgrade. So we're going to come in here. I definitely need the sword. If I can do a better sword, then I can defend myself more easily. The best defense is good offense in certain situations, and this is definitely one of those situations. Now we're going to see a pickaxe. That would be better. I think I'm just going to hold off though, so I can get like an iron. Well, now I've been saying this whole episode, like, iron or lead, whatever it gives us. Just realized I mined some lead earlier. I'm sure people have been laughing about that. Let's see, I've got 65, it's going to be 20, it's going to be 50, it's going to be 75. So we're just going to go out, get a little bit more cactus, definitely 10 at least, maybe some more for the pickaxe, because really other than this, as you can see, the sword is very nice now. Does law of knockback, man, I'm struggling to speak today. Does a lot of knockback, does a lot of damage relative to our place in the game right now. Yeah, so just gonna get some extra cactus. Just destroying these slimes now. It's very nice. Now, is this going to be something? Probably, but only because of the fact that I'm not exploring it. Had I gone in there, would have been nothing. But since I'm just leaving it, there's probably like 3 heart crystals, some golden chests, just everywhere. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. So we're just gonna keep going, hoping there'll maybe be like the really big trees that grow, but I'm not seeing any of that yet. Also, no pyramid in the desert, sadly. There's probably another desert somewhere in the world, but also I'm not getting too much day bloom. In the last playthrough I did, my personal playthrough, there was just day bloom absolutely everywhere. Like, you couldn't walk 5 feet without finding it. But now there's barely any. Let's see, torch there, so I can see for future reference. Do I have... No, I do not. I was thinking if I had any rope. But that's fine, because I can just make some more of that. And we're just going to pillar up from right here. 3, 2, 1. You know, I might be able to make that, but I doubt it very much. So, jump over here. Again, gel, very useful, especially early game. Here's the jungle. Okay. Now I need to be a bit worried, especially since I didn't go back to make the cactus armor. And let's see. So, is this a green or jungle slime? It's green. Okay. The green and jungle slime look very, very similar. As you can see, they're basically the same color. Just the jungle slime is a bit more yellow, tiny bit bigger, and about to kill me. Yeah, jungle enemies, especially hard mode jungle enemies, they are no fun to deal with. Bats of all types are not fun to deal with. Put one in the jungle, and it's terrible. It's the absolute worst. Yeah, bats are my most hated enemy in this game. You're going to find that ring true very often. Because they just come in, they swarm you. You're just trying to, like, make a mine, just dig down, find something. You're safe from literally every single enemy. And then a bat just flies up, and you can't hit it because it's just flying all around. So wherever you swing your sword, won't make contact, and it's just absolutely awful. Anyway, there's my first bat rant of the day. I really wish that I had bug net, but I don't, so that golden bunny will not be living in captivity. Good for it. Okay, what was I trying to do? I was trying to make the cactus armor. So there's that, and there's that. Swap those out. Come down here, make a pickaxe, swap those out. Now, I have this one, it's -1 range, even though it's godly. This one has standard range, so it can reach as far as I can reach, right? So when I'm placing blocks, I can reach up these 6 blocks. With the copper pickaxe, I could not do that. Same thing with the copper axe. The copper axe is -1 range. But, so there's all this. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that none of this stuff will sell for a good amount, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Usually I like to hold on to things for the merchant when he arrives, but, you know, it's not really too important at this stage of the game, especially when things are so cheap like that. I'm just going to move this guy here so that I can make a another entrance down this way into my little cave. Jump up there, grab, oh, I don't have any platforms. Not just, there's arrows. There we go. There's that. There's that. And yeah, they'll, for a little bit of time at least, they'll stay in invalid housing. Just so if you're building or remodeling it, it'll let them stay, but I like making sure. So I just move them. And there's those. Also, the thing I need to keep an eye out for is sometimes when the slime will spawn, it will spawn as a small pink mini boss kind of thing. It's not really a mini boss. It's just a super powerful version of the slime. It's just called Pinky. It's a super small pink slime that will really ruin your day if you have a copper short sword. Luckily, we do not have a copper short sword. We have a cactus. I think it's just cactus sword. Yeah. There's no cactus broadsword or short sword. It's just the standard sword. Being very careful here. I don't want to dig too much like I just did. Just gonna manually do that one. And let's see. Star. So glad you can collect it through solid blocks, because otherwise that would be a nightmare with everything going on outside. Speaking of everything going on outside, quick segue into the real world. How is everything for all of you? I'm assuming none of you are outside. If you are, be sure you're doing it for essential outside excursions only, okay? Look, I'm going to make sure you can see me talking to you, okay? Only go out there, look at this. There are zombies, figurative zombies, and floating demonic eyes and sentient slime blobs, okay? Stay inside. You don't want any of this stuff to get you. There we go. There's my daily public service announcement for the not to be named possible thing happening in the world. So, at this point, I'm going to come up here again, make some platforms again, and let's see, I think that should be good, at least for now. We're going to just mine this for 2, or actually it'll just tell me so I don't need to count. I can just keep talking. So, we're going to mine all of this up, place it with platforms, then we're just going to put a bunch of chests under there. So 9 and 30. So yeah, that's good for now. I'm definitely going to expand it. I want it to be as wide as the actual box hotel thing ends up being. Where's my guide? Why are you outside? This is the way you died last time. And now you're gonna drown. Okay. Some of the NPC AI might need some minor improvement, but you know, I'm not a developer. Not a good one, at least. So it's probably, I will say I've never attempted to make an NPC in any type of game, so I'm sure it is a whole, like, I think it sounds really difficult to do. I'm sure it's 10 times more difficult than I'm thinking it is. So, but like, he just doesn't understand that he has to jump over the water. Like, just jump over it. You know, if you miss, at least you tried, right? But we're gonna put the chest. I think we're gonna start on this side. Ooh, fancy. I always start on the left, that's why I say that. But, let's see. I think we're just going to deposit all, and then take out whatever I need. I need to start favoriting stuff, too. So that'll be helpful. swiftness I don't need. Healing I do need. Shurikens I'll leave. I've got plenty of torches. Okay, cool. We're going to sort it. We're going to move all this stuff down. Ooh, I can make a mana star. It's exciting, right? This time it is actually a mana star. Take that back. It's not a mana star, it's a mana crystal. But there we go. Now we're at 40. We're probably not going to be using too much magic in this playthrough. We might use some like water bolt. You can't not use water bolt, but you know, it's not going to be the main focus. Well, I say that there probably won't be a main focus to all of this, right? It's going to be more just whatever I can use to beat the game, because again, I'm not the best at this. So let me look. What do I want to do with this? You know what? I did say I wanted to get to like lead stuff, but I think that's not going to happen. That'll happen next episode, I would think, because at the moment we are at cactus, and you know what? I should have thought a bit harder. There's definitely not going to be. Anyway, just gonna do something real quick. Don't even worry. I'm going to try to do this, but it's not working. Oh well. I added the wrong thing. Just don't worry right now. Okay, don't worry. We're just gonna do that, and then we're gonna actually do the thing I wanted to do. See, well, there's your reason to be very careful with VeinMiner. Luckily, there wasn't too much dirt to get rid of, but I don't want to abuse VeinMiner because I want it to be like, okay, there's all this copper, right? I just want it to be, there's a bunch of stuff, mining it takes absolutely forever, right? So I just do that and it's gone, right? That's what I'm wanting it to be. And so I probably should have just mined stone regularly instead of trying to use VeinMiner. Because, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Learned that from Spider-Man. And, you know, in the first movie, you know, he abused his power, let that guy get away, and we all know what happened because of that, right? Like, if you don't know what happened, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you know, it's good lesson to learn. Don't do bad things just to get revenge on somebody, right? Right. But you know, I think that this is probably a good stopping point. I'm gonna make a furnace, and then go ahead and put it down here. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to aim for like 20-minute videos. This one will probably be a bit longer. The next few might be a bit longer, just because I'm still trying to figure out, okay, how much am I editing out? How quickly am I actually going to be making progress? All that kind of stuff. So I think that this is probably a good place to stop. You know, we got a nice 3-person house. We got a furnace. We got some copper. Take that out, actually. We'll go ahead and make some copper bars. There. Here we are. We got kind of our goal. We made some metal. Can't do anything with it. We don't have enough lead for an anvil, I don't think. But yeah, no. I think you need 7. But anyway, I've been dragging out this outro for way too long. Thank you for watching. Like, honestly, this is, at this point in time at least, just something I'm doing, just, you know, for fun. And so if other people like you are enjoying what I'm putting out, that just makes it even better. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'm supposed to say something about liking and subscribing. You guys know all that, so I'm not going to ask you about that. Especially, again, this is just for fun. If you want to, go ahead and do it. You're going to make my day 10 times better just by doing that. And that stacks. Okay, so like one person does it, okay, 10 times better. 2 people do it, exponential growth, it's now 100 times better, okay? So, I really hope that you enjoyed. I'm gonna go edit this now. Is that a YouTuber thing to say? I don't know. But yeah, have a great day, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. And wow, that's odd. I don't know why whenever I zoom in it does that. But have a good day.